Hey everybody, Dave DeMarco. One of my students asked me to look into the bass solo of Blue Oyster Cult's Godzilla. He's been messing around with the solo, and the very end of it hasn't been able to quite figure out what's going on. So he looked at some YouTube videos and said that in his opinion everybody's playing the same thing and none of it sounds right. So I looked and I would agree with that assessment. I think everybody's very close. So here's what I believe Joe Bouchard is playing in the original recording. I think everybody's pretty much got that first part right. Everybody's kind of doing this in the videos. It's just out of an F sharp natural minor scale. It's pretty easy to hear. Right? F sharp natural minor. And he's playing the 5, the flat 7, and the 8. Second phrase, he plays the flat 7, the 5, and the 4. Right? And then he walks down to the root by playing the flat 3rd, the 2, and the 1. A, G sharp, F sharp. I think we could all agree that that's what's going on there. But then, this is what I see everybody doing for the end. And it's close. It's really close. Everybody's kind of taking a power chord shape and sliding it. But if you listen, there's something missing, and I think the thing that is missing is the flat 7. Because when you combine that flat 7 with the root and the 5, you get this. If you really listen to what's being played, I think that's what Joe was playing in this. So, you know, it is when you put them all together, you get this kind of generic 7th shape. And the reason I'm calling it generic is because there's no 3rd present, and if there were a 3rd, it would specify what type of 7th chord it was. If I play a root, a major 3rd, and the flat 7, it becomes a dominant 7. If I put a minor 3rd in there, then it becomes a minor 7 chord. And you can experiment with each of those, but I think you probably agree that none of those sound right either. 1, 3, flat 7, dominant 7, that doesn't sound right. The minor 7 is right out. It's not that. But this is the one that sounds, it just sounds like what he's playing to my ear. So the whole thing, I believe, is this. He is playing with a pick, so he gets a little bit more of an articulate sound out of it than what I'm getting with my fingers. The last thing is, though, here's what I really truly believe he's playing. I think he's phrasing it a little differently, or he's got a different formation here. I believe that he's not playing the E here, he's playing it here. And again, this is so minuscule, but you know, just if you feel like really finessing this, I believe that he's phrasing it this way. So that first phrase, C sharp, E over here on the D string, and then F sharp. Why? This E is a little warmer than that E, and I think that a lot of times when I record, I go for something that's going to make the note, especially when I'm playing in the upper register, sit a little warmer in the mix than sit bright, especially if it was something where I was playing with a pick, which I don't do that often anyway. But my gut, I would bet it's this. And then, for the final phrase. So again, starting with that E, E, C sharp, B, C sharp, and this part stays the same. And then R. So that's what my gut tells me is being played. Maybe if Joe Bouchard ever sees this, maybe he'll chime in. But feel free to chime in the comments and let me know if you feel that this works when you play along with the song, if it sounds correct, and if it feels like, you know, the right thing to play. I'd be interested to know what you think, and have fun. Godzilla.